video. Hello everybody, this is Phil Chenevert with another edition of Why Do We Say That? Today's phrase is to upstage somebody, to take the spotlight away from them, put it on you. Upstage. Now, I want to say that I'm bringing you this episode from exotic and beautiful Greenwell Springs, Louisiana, in the United States of America. I can't share with you exactly where that is because, it's privileged information, but that's where I am. Okay, the word upstage. I learned upstage from a little, let me back up here. As you know, I'm in a play, and so I've been reminded of all these phrases that we use that come from the theater. Yesterday I did, oh golly, I already forgot. It's terrible. Whatever I did yesterday, it was fun. I'm sure it had to do with the stage. But today is upstage. Upstage, as I said, means to take it away from somebody. Henrietta's mother-in-law upstaged her at her own wedding by wearing a bikini or whatever. So it's to abstract from somebody else and put the focus on you. It can be used in a lot of different contexts. This comes to us from the theater. And as I was starting to say, I learned this, I guess now about 20 years ago. I was urged to audition for a play when I was about 60, 65, 70. I don't know how old I was, but I was old. And they said, go, Phil. So there's this guy down here on Independence Boulevard, go audition. So I walked in and I said, sure, I'll do this. And he said, you know anything to sing? He's at the piano. And I said, sing? He says, you didn't come prepared to sing? I said, no. I came prepared to find out what this is all about. Anyway, so I sang him the only song I knew, which was Zippity-Doo-Dah, Zippity-A, from my youth. You may remember the movie, The Song of the South. Zippity-A, bluebirds on my memory. So I sang that. I got put in the play, but I didn't know what was going on. There were a lot of children in the play. And the director would say, Phil, you need to come more downstage for that. And I would say, okay. And then I'd go ask the little 8-year-old, what does he mean by downstage or upstage? And the child, of course, knew it. He says, well, that means you move closer to the audience, downstage. And if it's upstage, you move farther from the audience. I said, oh, to the back of the stage. I said, yeah, okay, I can do that. So I learned from these children. They told me a lot of things that were common to them because they'd been in a lot of plays. I hadn't been. And I learned. It was a difficult experience. So upstage comes from the theater. Now, why would that be associated with taking the focus away from somebody else and putting it on yourself or somebody else doing it? Because for a long time, the theater was not built the way it is now. When you go and I go, the seats are raked up like that. We sit higher and higher so that we could all see the entire stage. Well, think about that. If the stage is flat and you have audiences that are just standing there looking, all they can see basically is the front people, the people that are in the front of the stage. So what they did was they would raise, instead of raising the seats, they raised the stage. They would tilt it or rake it on an angle so that people could see. I don't know how to do that, but you can imagine that they would take the stage, they would tilt it so that the actors were on a tilted stage. You had to act that way. You had to walk that way. So that meant that when you walked toward the back of the stage, you were going up. You were raising yourself up so that the focus of attention would be on you. If you had a soliloquy or something important to say, you would do that. And I assume that downstage, now what they always use a phrase called downplay, it may have to do with that. Meaning you go downstage, meaning not everybody could see you, so what you were doing might be less important. So upstage meant that your actions were much more important. They could see you. And that's where that phrase comes from. To upstage somebody, So I suppose would be that they're talking and you go upstage, so everybody shifts the focus to you. What is he going to do? What is she going to do? So the phrase is very useful. Um, we have a phrase like take the spotlight away, steal the limelight. All of those come from the theater, and they kind of mean the same thing. Sorry this is so long, but I know that you wanted to know where the phrase upstage came from. Yeah, all that stuff. Now, I'm going to be back tomorrow with more theater jargon because it's fresh in my mind now. Thanks a lot for watching. Phil Chenevert here in beautiful downtown Greenwell Springs. No, yeah, I am in kind of downtown. Talk to y'all later. Oh, today is November the 21st.